Okay, so I have played this a bit in the in between, and of course learned more about the game. I was horribly underutilizing my character in the run that I was doing. Um, I guess I'll show this first. Um, so I've been doing one of the quicker ones, meaning each individual floor is smaller, so you go progress down farther. And I have noticed a couple of things along the way. Well, one, I have some ideas about some of these critters because, like, these ones are higher level versions essentially of the ones before, and they start with a number of abilities, and I'm not sure. I would have to do science, meaning do games where I didn't master the base version of the form, essentially, if I'm guessing about that right, um, to see if I start with them at the same point or not. Um, but there are some bigger, fancier versions of previous things that may or may not justify spending the time in the smaller ones. But these ones also um, end up in the rotation because two different things that I should have been doing was one for the my natural form, curating which three are part of it for the abilities they add, but also adjusting which abilities they have so that I had the best assortment of behind this um, of passive things going on and selectable abilities. And I didn't do either of those. I wasn't really paying enough attention to um, really clamp on effectively to the. I should have been doing both of those the whole time and wasn't. Um, so there's that. Um, but also, when I started a new game, I saw an interesting thing. Um, oh, well, I might as well actually show you. This is that cloud that warlock does. This is just a piercing attack from the skeleton. Oh, and I should show why I've got um well, ghost actually. Ghosts, so just one at a time. Um Ghost I have because I get both of these, so I get additional benefits for the gear I'm wearing. Um there's a pass some of the passive ones you can get without having to select it here. So um that one I have. Um that comes from somebody else. Um, that comes from the flaming rat thing. Do I have the flaming rat thing as wonderful? I think so. Um, but anyway, Ghost is part of it for these specifically, but the other stuff is nice. Um, Etherbat Warlock. So yeah, Warlock gives me the mana regen. Etherbat um, has some overlap with the Warlock because the Warlock also has Magic Missile, but because the Ether Bat, the upgraded Vampire Bat, which is why I have these in a stronger version, because that's still the only healing ability I've found. Um, but because the Ether Bat has Magic Missile, that freed me up to have Fireball here instead of Magic Missile. And this is an ability I hadn't noticed, but in gear, um, well, this is also a special item that I found, and um, gives me rerolls on all of it, but with the Weapon and Armor Master, um, those percentage chances are, which come from the ghost form, are getting additional chances at rerolls from a thing from the Warlock form. So I have started to sort out how to be more efficient and effective with that. Also, I learned not to learn what potions are by chugging them because, you know, limited quantities. I've also spaced out how I have them with holy water. But since you can ID them with scrolls, I've just done that incrementally. This run is going decently anyway. There was one more I didn't actually go through. Like, the Hell Rat is an upgraded version of the rat. It has the scurry and other things. Volatile is an interesting passive, but also I wouldn't want to use that. But yeah, there are these upgraded critter versions have volatile. Yeah, I don't remember what I had it on. Yeah, that would have been that. No, Inferno is a. Sometimes when you get hit, there's a poof around you. But yeah, these two in particular, it really stood out that they were, because you can see the base form and the base abilities that you got from the other one in it. So I think that means that there are others. But again, I still don't know if mastering the base form had any impact on where I started with these. But actually, using this stuff, and when you're in another form, you can have one without the penalties, and, you know, accessorizing what you have to complement helps. So yeah, I wanted to show that. The thing is, if I start a new one to show the other thing I saw, I lose that, but that's fine, because I was learning. But yeah. Yes? This. This is a thing that, once we had a death card, became available, and I wanted to show how this worked. Now that I have it, I can actually use it once, which is why I haven't. Meaning, from that first character that we went through, I could take a piece of gear that I had in that character's inventory. So I could start out with a piece of high-level gear, but you can really go big with that if you've got a bunch of dead bodies that you can pillage for a much better set of starting gear. But then this is a one and done. Doing it means you can't. So I decided no, because I'm still learning. I figure hold on to it until I actually get to that point. But if you just start a new game, you don't get death cards. You only get the death card if you go through and you actually just dead. So hypothetically, that gives you a better start, which means it's easier to maybe get farther more successfully. I was also being more careful about, okay, well, I've got this form. Let's actually, uh, leaving enemies behind uh, that weren't being aggressive and just going, okay, let me see if I can find a new form, and then, you know, being more selective about it. But yeah, I like that I'm still figuring it out. Like, I played through a decent amount, and there's still more for me to try and strategize about. Um, it having room for me to, play through it as much as I have, and there still be more for me to figure out. And I mean, it also, except for that first floor, also is randomly generated, so it's a little bit different every time. So I'm liking that. But no, and then you can skip that. You still get some of the same. I mean, I'd probably have to turn off the tutorial. I, I don't know if there's new stuff to me, but on this first floor, you still get the same stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little in between of some of the shit that I figured out since that first character died, all dead all the time. And then, I can maybe continue with this from there with that increased knowledge and see how far I can get. But I don't know if I want to do that with the same setup as before with those much larger levels, or if I want to do this smaller level one, which means you go down farther faster, but you're also encountering less per level. Because I don't know if it's a how far can you go, because there are other metrics like the highest number of crayfish liberated versus all the time. So I don't know. There are things I still don't know. I like that. So, but yeah, try to keep this short. So I have learned stuff, and we can maybe get a bit farther with that next time.